Welcome back. Montes JUNE 12-12-20 series. Okay? 12 days, 12 lessons, 20 minutes a day. So we're on day 2, June 2nd, and we're on page 3 and 4. All right? So yesterday, hopefully you built your bridge. We have this idea of these factors and the roots, but we know that we got to do some algebra, right? X minus 2 times x plus 3. X times x times 3, right? Well, we got to FOIL it or distribute it. We've got to expand it. Step 1, let's refresh our memory on the exponent rules. Okay? So, you have a packet. Even if you didn't print it, just click on the photo, write them out. I want everybody to give me a full 20-minute practice on exponent rules. These are the basics of algebra that we're going to need next year in Algebra 2. Okay, here we go. Exponent rules. The very first thing we got to do is know our like terms, right? We can add 1 pen plus 1 pen. We have 2 pens. They're like terms. But calculator, pen, they're not like terms. We cannot combine them. So here we go. 9x squared y, 10x squared y. X squared y, x squared y. Those are like terms. They're exactly the same. Apples to apples, oranges to oranges. So if we have 9 of those items, but we lose 10 of them, how many do we have left? Negative 1 x squared y. We do not change the variable. We do not change the term. It's just how many of them are there total. Combining like terms, that's the very first thing we're going to be practicing on Wednesday. All right, so product rule. When the base is the same, add the exponent. When the base is the same, we add the exponent. Make sure you write that rule on your paper. X times x to the a times x to the b is the same as x to the a plus b. Well, you already know that. x1 times x1 is x2. h2 times h6 is h2 plus 6, h8. And if you have to, kind of play games with yourself. Write them all out. What does h2 actually mean? H times h. What is h6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Add them all up. What do you get? H to the 8. Remind yourself of these rules. Okay, power rule. Power rule, that's where you multiply a times b. Okay, so it's just x to the ab. Make sure you write that out. So the actual answer to x squared cubed, x squared cubed, x6. Now again, if that's confusing to you, think of it like this. How many x squareds are there? How many of these are there? 3 of them. x2, x2, x2. Now, go back to the product rule, 2, 4, 6. All right. Now let's step it up. The quotient rule. When we divide, okay? Now the formal rule states, I'm going to bring this upstairs, okay? Well, if I bring him upstairs, he becomes negative. Okay? When I bring it upstairs, it becomes negative. So it's x to the a minus whatever was on the bottom. Okay? Now I know that's hard. So think of it like this. 27x to the 5 divided by 42x to the 1. There's a little 1 right there. Okay? Now, how many x's are there on top? 5 x's on top. How many x's down below? 1. Now, we know that x divided by x is just 1. How many are left? 4. So, if you remember back in class, I would say battle. 5 battles 1. Who wins? 5. By how many? 4. X to the 4. Formal math says, bring this upstairs. X to the 5 minus 1 equals x to the 4. You see how there's all these different ways of understanding, all these different ways of doing it? Okay, so I'm going to do it this way, x4 on top. Now I've got my variable done, x to the 4. 27 over 42, we can simplify it, okay? So what is that, 3's? If I take a 3 out, I'll have a 9x4 over 14. 3 times that, 3 times that. Okay, push yourself, simplify your fractions. So 9x to the 4 over 14. So we're stepping it up, right? Quotient rule. Several different ways to look at it. There's practice problems for it. All right, now our negative exponents. I like to think of it about as a 2-story house, living upstairs and downstairs. When you have a bad attitude, you got to go downstairs. So we got to make that a positive. In order to make him a positive, move him downstairs. So 1 over x to the a. Okay? Negative exponents. Just memorize that rule. Take him downstairs. If he's downstairs, bring him upstairs, right? When we took him upstairs, he became negative. All right. So let's try this. Negative 5 times x to the negative 2. How do we make that negative 2 positive? Take him downstairs. Final answer. Negative 5 over x squared. Serious. Okay? And then the most famous one of all, you'll find it on every SAT test. Okay? X to the 0 power. Anything to the 0 power is, take your calculator out, take your phone out, tip it sideways, find the exponent. Type in 12 raised to the 0. 12, caret key, 0. What do you get? Every time. 1. Anything to the 0 power is 1. Now, 7 times x to the 0. The answer is not 1. The answer is 7 times 1. So the actual answer is 7. Okay? All right. Now, you have this sheet of paper. I'd like you to try. There's one extra one in each of the columns. Try each of those. Turn the page. There's 9 quick problems. There's a little tutorial at the top of the page. Try those 9 problems. We'll be back tomorrow to wrap up our exponent rules. There's lots of video tutorials. And if you don't like the video tutorials that I posted, just type in product rule. Go to Khan Academy, product rule. Khan Academy, power rule. Just type those in for exponents and make sure that you have those skills. We'll need them in order to calculate that equation of the bridge from yesterday. Serious. All right, this video took about 10 minutes. Give me 10 more minutes on these exponents, okay? Have a great Tuesday, and we'll see you tomorrow on day 3.